Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Sister Wives Janelle Brown reveals why she was always stressed out after showing off incredible new look amid 2025 detox. Was Kody to blame? Janelle Brown from Sister Wives recently explained why she couldn't enjoy the present and was always stressed in the past. In 2010, she made her first appearance on the show alongside her husband Kody Brown as well as his three other wives, Robyn, Mary, and Christine Brown. Janelle was dedicated to her family and did her best to fulfill her responsibilities. However, Kody didn't show Janelle the love she deserved, causing her to end the relationship and move forward. Since then, Janelle has made significant changes in her life, including transforming her appearance and reclaiming her happiness. In a recent blog post on the website for her company, Tata Farms, she addressed some significant concerns regarding motherhood. Janelle began by reflecting on what she would tell her younger self. Janelle admitted, "I would remind myself to take care of myself, too. I forgot about my own needs because I was so preoccupied with those of others." Then she talked about the pressures she had to deal with in her family, saying, "I was always stressed out. If I could go back, I'd tell myself to stop worrying about everything else and just enjoy my kids more." Janelle also offered advice to new mothers, emphasizing the importance of enjoying time with their kids. What it means for Janelle's old self in the new post-Kody life. It is easy to understand why Janelle would want to advise her past self to prioritize self-care and focus more on her children. She spent almost 30 years in a relationship with her former husband, Kody. Janelle put a lot of effort into the relationship, despite the fact that it was not a legal marriage but rather a spiritual union. She invested all of her emotions into the polygamous family and also contributed her own money to the family finances, which she feels Kody may have taken advantage of. Janelle has finally realized her self-worth. Although she has some regrets, such as not focusing on herself and feeling stressed out, she doesn't let them hinder her from making changes in her current life. Janelle has never been more self-assured than she is now. She knows that spending time doing things she loves and cares about is the key to happiness. Janelle has been concentrating on growing her numerous North Carolina businesses over the past few months in addition to spending as much time as she can with her family and visiting her children. Our take on Janelle admitting she didn't prioritize her own needs. Janelle's maturity can be seen in her willingness to acknowledge her own flaws. She isn't playing the blame game, trying to paint Kody as the ultimate villain. In contrast to some of the other cast members, Janelle is also not victimizing herself. She is proudly telling the world that she is solely responsible for prioritizing others over her own needs. Janelle knows that her tendency to prioritize others' needs causes her stress. Fortunately, Janelle made the right move by breaking up with Kody when she did. The Sister Wives actress's new, contented life demonstrates that she is no longer the same person. Janelle Brown of Sister Wives breaks her engagement to Flagstaff. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has cut her final tie with Flagstaff, Arizona, after relocating to North Carolina. Despite the fact that she was seen moving with the assistance of David and Christine Brown-Woolley, it appeared that more work needed to be done. So, what has she done to put an end to that chapter in writing now? Keep reading for more details. Janelle Brown cuts final tie with Flagstaff. After the Sister Wives cast moved to Flagstaff, Arizona, Janelle Brown seemed to be the main wife, and she seemed to like where she was. She was excited to move to their Coyote Pass land because she was able to garden and be outside. She loved everything about it. Janelle was so determined that she even purchased an RV and moved onto the land with her daughter Savannah for the summer. This upset Kody Brown because he thought he had reconciled with Robyn Brown, his fourth wife. When she has a grand mansion, why would he stay in a tiny RV? Eventually, Janelle relocated to an apartment and ended her union with Kody. She and Maddie Brown Brush, her daughter, were looking for a new adventure and wanted to buy land elsewhere. After they eventually purchased a lot intended for a flower farm, Janelle decided to move to North Carolina. Savannah went to college in North Carolina after that, making it a family affair. Fans watched Janelle pack up her stuff and leave, but she was not quite done. She appeared to still have a lot of things in Flagstaff that needed to be moved. The Sister Wives actress has since returned to Flagstaff to retrieve the remaining items in her possession. She demonstrated the U-Haul being loaded, and she had assistance from a few friends. Janelle Brown had one last storage unit that needed to be unloaded and now was as good of time as ever. She noted that she had a few things to gather from her son, Hunter, in Las Vegas. Additionally, she was getting married in Utah, so now was the time to do everything. Really done with Flagstaff? Despite her claims that she was officially done with Flagstaff, Janelle Brown recently signed a new contract with Coyote Pass. It divided the lots so that they share more equally. As a result, Arizona continues to hold a significant portion of the Sister Wives star's investment. She simply no longer resides there physically. After seeing her part ways with her former life, what did Janelle's fans and followers have to say? When Sister Wives first premiered in 2010, viewers were immediately drawn to the complex family dynamic of the Browns, a plural family living under one polygamous roof, facing the challenges of love, religion, parenting, and identity. Janelle Brown, the second wife of patriarch Kody Brown, always stood out for her calm, level-headed demeanor. She was the practical one. The one who made the family's finances work. The one who sacrificed time with her children in order to support the household. But behind her composed facade was a woman slowly unraveling from years of emotional neglect and overwhelming responsibility. And now, in 2025, with her fresh new look, inspiring detox transformation, and candid reflections on her past stress, Janelle is finally telling her truth. Was Kody Brown truly the root of her stress all along? Janelle's new look and 2025 detox transformation. Before diving into the deeper emotional revelations, it's impossible to ignore the physical transformation Janelle has undergone in recent months. The 2025 detox journey that she's documented on her Instagram and business blog has sparked admiration across her fanbase. She looks radiant, energetic, and at peace in a way she hasn't in decades. With the help of her wellness business, Tata Farms, Janelle embarked on a health journey that wasn't just about losing weight, it was about detoxing from everything that no longer served her. That included toxic habits, toxic people, and yes, even toxic memories. She embraced clean eating, daily movement, meditation, and regular digital detoxes. The glow on her face is undeniable. But even more powerful than her physical change is the inner work she's proudly shared. In a heartfelt post on Tata Farms' blog, Janelle reflected on what she would tell her younger self. "I would remind myself to take care of myself, too," she wrote. "I got so wrapped up in everyone else's needs that I didn't prioritize my own." It's a message that resonated with thousands of fans, particularly women who've spent years caring for others at the expense of their own well-being. Kody Brown, the catalyst for Janelle's stress? While Janelle never explicitly calls out Kody Brown as the cause of her stress, the context is clear. For nearly 30 years, Janelle was emotionally and financially invested in a spiritual marriage that left her drained. Though she was never legally married to Kody, she was spiritually bound to him and shared 6 children with him. Janelle carried more than her fair share of the workload. Unlike Mary, Robyn, or even Christine, Janelle was often the family breadwinner. While the other wives stayed home or worked part-time, she held down full-time jobs, managed the budget, and helped keep the family afloat. She rarely complained, but the toll it took is only now being revealed. In her blog post, Janelle opened up about how overwhelmed she used to feel. "I was always stressed out. If I could go back, I'd tell myself to stop worrying about everything else and just enjoy my kids more." This single statement says so much. It hints at missed moments with her children. At regret. At exhaustion. And at a longing for a do-over that's no longer possible. Janelle's role in the Brown family dynamic. Throughout Sister Wives, Janelle often took the back seat. She was the peacekeeper. She didn't engage in drama unless absolutely necessary. But being the low-maintenance wife meant she was often overlooked. She never demanded the kind of emotional intimacy that Kody showed Robyn. And she never clashed with Kody the way Christine and Mary did, until later. What's important to understand is that emotional neglect doesn't always come in loud, dramatic packages. Sometimes, it's the quiet absence of appreciation, affection, and validation that wears a person down. Janelle didn't get into heated arguments with Kody often, but she frequently expressed feeling alone in the relationship. As Kody grew closer to Robyn and more distant from the other wives, Janelle found herself feeling more like a roommate than a romantic partner. By 2022, the cracks had widened into chasms. Janelle and Kody had a few memorable arguments on camera, with Janelle finally telling him she didn't feel he respected her. It was the first time viewers saw her step into her power and confront Kody head-on. Janelle's financial contributions and emotional sacrifices. Another reason Janelle felt so stressed out was due to her significant financial contributions to the Brown family. For years, she worked outside the home while others stayed back to raise children or manage the household. While that decision was mutual and made sense at the time, Janelle later realized that her efforts were not equally appreciated or compensated. She put money into shared family assets like the Coyote Pass property in Flagstaff, but the returns were not mutual. As the family dynamic shifted, especially after Kody began favoring Robyn, Janelle found herself questioning whether all her sacrifices had been worth it. In recent seasons, she made it clear that she had doubts about the future of the family, particularly because of how financial decisions were being made without consensus. That lack of transparency, along with Kody's increasingly one-sided approach to polygamy, was another stressor she carried silently for years. The emotional toll of always being strong. Being the strong one often means being the one who suffers in silence. Janelle had to be the rock, not just for her kids, but for the entire Brown clan. Her stoicism became her brand. But strength, without outlets for vulnerability, can be suffocating. Now, post-breakup, Janelle is admitting she felt burdened by the role she played. "I got so wrapped up in everyone else's needs," she said. And that's not just about motherhood. That's also about being the supportive wife who didn't ask for too much. The cooperative co-wife. The one who never rocked the boat. Kody never asked Janelle to change. But he also never encouraged her to thrive as an individual. Instead, his attention turned increasingly toward Robyn and her children, leaving Janelle to deal with her feelings alone. That dynamic, in hindsight, clearly contributed to Janelle's ongoing stress and sense of isolation. Janelle's evolution, a self-care queen in the making. Despite all of the hardship, Janelle's story is not one of tragedy. It's one of triumph. She's taken her regrets and turned them into lessons. She's owning her narrative and choosing to live differently in this new chapter. Her business endeavors, like Tata Farms and her work promoting health and wellness, aren't just about making money. They're about reclaiming her time, her energy, and her identity. She's not just Janelle Brown from Sister Wives anymore, she's Janelle Brown, entrepreneur, health advocate, mother, and woman on a mission. She's also deeply invested in her family, but on her terms. She frequently shares sweet moments with her children, especially Savannah and Madison. She's traveling, spending time outdoors, and building the life she always wanted but couldn't fully access within her marriage to Kody. The bigger message: why Janelle's voice matters in 2025. Janelle's voice matters now more than ever. She represents a generation of women who were told that their worth came from how much they could give. She's showing us all that it's never too late to shift gears, set boundaries, and start again. Her reflections are especially powerful in a time when so many women are trying to juggle family, career, personal health, and self-discovery. Janelle reminds us that you can be a good mother and still prioritize your own needs. That you can walk away from an unfulfilling relationship and not crumble. That stress doesn't have to be a permanent part of your life. Was Kody really the villain? While it would be easy to point fingers and say, Kody was the problem, Janelle herself doesn't do that. And that speaks volumes about her maturity. She's not out for revenge or validation. She's simply stating facts, sharing what she learned, and letting her transformation speak for itself. That being said, it's fair to acknowledge that Kody played a significant role in creating the environment that led to her stress. His favoritism, his lack of emotional availability, and his failure to create a balanced family dynamic all contributed to the dissatisfaction that Janelle eventually voiced. But even if Kody was part of the problem, Janelle now sees herself as part of the solution. She's reclaiming agency, making empowered choices, and becoming a role model for fans of all ages. Conclusion: from stressed to stronger than ever. Janelle Brown's evolution is one of the